Hello?
Welcome back.
Is that the first one we've? Is that the first
Make
one we've seen?
believe report!
No. Yeah, does this game have like a theme?
Hold on, we have a hedgehog engine.
I know of the Hedgehog engine, but I've never seen that logo.
This is the first I've heard of it, actually.
Yep.
And
I think
that
that's still
theme
using it,
sounds
so-
very Mario Galaxy.
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to ripping off Mario Galaxy.
Space, the final frontier.
Honestly, that opening logo looked like really generic.
There's the theme again, and I haven't really noticed Robotnik's or Eggman's theme until you watch all these back to back.
You keep mentioning it, I'm still not picking up on it.
Maybe we just need it. Maybe just need
Hey,
to hear
it
in one
looks a
video.
lot better now.
Yeah.
Where are all the human people?
Where's Tails and
It's very
Knuckles?
shiny.
This is just the Egg Fleet from Sonic Heroes.
No, it's in space. Completely different. This is I can't really mock this. This is some really nice CG.
Yeah,
I don't know why everything's so damn shiny, but oh, look, they ruined Eggman's design. Why did they change it?
It's like, yeah, they got this thing now where it's like... I don't know how the entire game looks, but this, at the very least, is like semi-realistic, but it still is cartoony.
Yeah.
Like, they've really got the, kind of design down.
I wonder if 06 was successful, they would have kept those designs. You know?
Oh, God.
I mean,
Oh, we seem to have skipped to the end of the game. So.
Yeah, I've never seen him turn super at the beginning of a game except in Sonic 3, never mind.
Knuckles is just in space and punches him and all the emeralds fall out.
It's not quite clear how we managed that.
Sonic! I'm sorry. Really, look, go easy on me. I'll turn over a new leaf, I swear. Just give me a chance.
Kill him.
Well, this is new. Showing remorse, Eggman? If you played nice, I wouldn't have to break all your toys.
Gotcha.
What?
Pretty slow to react for, you know, Sonic. Have we seen Super Sonic in a pre-rendered cutscene like this? I don't know, it just seems odd.
I don't think so.
Then again, like, how many pre-rendered cutscenes have they done? Apart from the previous game.
Oh, I've waited a long time for this.
Yeah, I mean, like, Eggman has very cartoony movements.
I understand he's the one Sonic X voice actor to just still be doing the voice today. Well, because he's really good at it.
Yeah.
Like I said, they don't get bad Eggman voices.
He's a bad egg.
No.
I mean, it's probably not the most nuanced role in the world, but he does it well. So
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Oh, shit.
purple shit.
Wait, did he summon that using a hedgehog engine?
Oh, here it is.
Here it comes. Here's where things go down the hill.
Things are looking really good. Wait, no, what's happening? Oh no. The ancient ones? What is that?
You know, like it. I mean, I know we're just starting, but usually it's like built up to. It's like, oh, he's read the ancient tablets to summon chaos, and
It's just as the Gaia manuscript.
oh,
The entity
I should shut up.
within the planet has awakened. Now I just need to harness its power. Eggman Land will finally come to be.
You've really gone and done it this time, Eggman.
Oh no, now he has to put his stupid voice on.
So long, friend.
Yeah, I never feels the Werehog spoke. I don't know, I was just seeing that design, I was just thinking it was like a dumb mute.
yeah.
Wait, did he rip the fucking planet in half?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We have to one-up blowing up the moon, I guess. How many people are dead now?
There's not even water running into the fucking hole or something.
I didn't think there would be something more ridiculous than the fact that Sonic turned into a werewolf, not a werehog, because that doesn't make sense. Fucking, they called it a werehog because they have no fucking sense whatsoever.
Oh god, that blurry fucking thing's in the look. Don't look at that too closely. It doesn't work. Ugh. Oh god. They tried fur texture. It didn't work.
What the heck is going on?
Oh god, the frames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't the Wii version.
Hey, are you okay?
Could do with a snack.
I can't eat another bite.
Oh, I've heard of this character who never appeared in another game.
What? What? A Sonic character who never appeared in another game?
Well, usually they at least get cameos, but I don't think this thing ever even got like a cameo in Generations or whatever.
What is? Oh god! Why isn't this pre-rendered? Because the frame rate. My god,
You okay? Nothing
I don't know if it
broken?
is pre-rendered.
it's not.
Doesn't, no.
Oh, I'm just fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Monster Guy.
Mr.
Every time it looks at him, the frame drops because of all the, like, fur.
But yeah. Also, I just realized he sounds like Raiden in Metal Gear Rising. Like when he tries to sound tough.
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And you are?
Huh? What is my name?
Oh, for God's sake.
Ah, I don't know. I can't remember.
What? You forgot who you are?
Yup. I remember something falling from the sky. Ugh. And everything
Yeah, I know what
just
falling
went
is.
all white. And then nothing. I can't remember a
Well, at least he's
Okay,
not
maybe they're
human.
going a little too hard on the cartoony.
Did I fall on him?
Oh man, what am I gonna
Don't
do?
talk to me.
What can I do? Where do I go from here? What'll I? I'm hungry.
Hey, don't worry. I'll help you get your memory back.
Really? You mean
I think
it?
there's bigger problems.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll find somebody who knows you if we look around.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, by the way, half the population is dead.
I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog.
They have this character that the game cannot render, and he's the main character.
Yeah, maybe the potentially the Wii version could have run better. Maybe didn't try the texture thing or something. I don't know. Oh, good, the frame rate improved.
What? That was amazing.
The sun has arisen to vanquish the horrible frame rate.
Oh, dumping is in it. I say dumping is in it. There's been a lot up to this point. Oh right, boost gameplay.
Oh, so now the rings are like fucking Mario Kart coins.
Yeah.
So this looks a lot like Secret Rings. I mean, not like a lot, but
But I think you've got actual control over what's happening here.
I don't know.
But I mean, it's not literally on rails, is what I'm saying.
I
I'm
blinked
not
and
sure.
that level was over.
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure.
It looks like it plays like Sonic Generations. This looks like we're in like what I would call the modern era, I guess. Because this looks very similar to Generations. I say, and that game's like 9 years old or whatever.
What do you figure that was all about? The hair and those arms and look at the Chaos Emeralds.
So, is this what you usually look like?
Yeah, this is the real me. Pretty cool, huh? Huh? Where'd you go?
Oh.
He likes to eat. Okay, I'm already sick of that character. Alright, so we've got humans, but they actually look like cartoons.
That there chocolate chip cream sundae supreme.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Out of the city. The whole world can come tumbling down, but they'll still line up for
Tumbling down through that giant hole in it.
Hey! What about your memories?
Maybe if I eat, I will gain memories.
Sunday.
You can't eat. You have to try to remember who you are.
Enjoy it, kiddo. Satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't love it, you get your money back.
Hey!
Oh, I love it.
What is it supposed to be?
It's a dude. It's a thing.
Alright.
I'm calling it. It's like the main villain or something.
Chip, whatever stuff is
Say so. How about you give me a hand and help look for somebody who knows you, Chip?
Chip?
Gotta call you something, don't I? What do you think?
That's what the dialogue box said in the previous level.
I love it. Yum.
Now, what do you say we start asking around and see if anybody here knows you?
Okay.
Somebody who's really hungry sure is taking his time eating that.
So was there a gap between the Wii and the rest of the versions, or was it they at the same time?
Probably the same time. I guess. I haven't heard anything to suggest otherwise.
Okay. Because it almost feels like they developed the Wii version first, and then they got to the new consoles, and they just put more effects on it and just tanked the frame rate. Even, you know,
You might be right.
Do
This is the first.
do the NPCs have a nationality flag next to their name?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
the nation of boat.
Looks like the Greek flag, but it's an anchor. I mean, this is obviously Greece. Like, let's just say it. I guess the theme's supposed to be like world tour kind of thing, from what I've heard. But it's fictional nations, so it's kind of yeah.
I'm already like, yeah, I better open up another tab and do some research because this looks like it's gonna fucking drag.
Man, this is the shortest one we've seen, and it has talking to every NPC.
Yep. Let's see. Yep, they were all released on November 18th, 2008.
This is the first time we've actually come across a game though, and I genuinely don't know which version to go with.
Yeah. We decided the version with the shortest video.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Hey, look, a stage.
Which I guess for the sake of the recording, we should mention that apparently this hub world isn't in other versions?
The Wii, like, the difference is the Wii version and then the other console versions.
Right, okay.
Okay, so this almost looks like a ridiculous level of speed, like like we're Sonic Advance 2 here.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You have a game about
frame
going
rate.
that fast and your frame rate is hitting what looks like 20 FPS.
Yeah.
Ugh.
If this game isn't on rails, I wouldn't have no idea how you would control it.
I think it's just like Generations. It's just that levels are super goddamn narrow, apparently.
I mean, you keep saying that. I haven't played Generations in how long?
Generations
Explain
look
for the
like
class.
it has like branching paths and things like that. This looks really linear. It reminds me of Sonic Rush, if anything.
Okay, so that looked like it was actually like kind of classic Control for a second. It's like kind of 2D-esque.
It is 2D, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
This is mind-numbing.
A little hard to keep up with.
We thought they were gonna get better, but I mean,
Well, I mean,
yeah. Why do they have to have different buttons on those launchers?
just your
It's like
reflexes.
the entire game is a quick time event.
Oh god, it is. So that's the better part of this game.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Like, we haven't even seen the other half of it, which is apparently really bad. Or just not good.
Still no luck finding anyone who knows me.
Don't worry about it. Maybe your
Well,
memory will come back on its
You know,
own.
like the world's like broken, right?
Yeah, why are we
Each
so focused on this little shit when, like,
Nope.
the world is ending? Or has ended?
Mhm. Uh-oh.
Oh,
It's getting late.
Sonic?
What a horrible night to be a fucking werehog.
Whoa.
Does it make sense?
Your monster guy is back.
Fuck it. Fuck everything.
So when the sun goes down, I turn into this?
Are you okay, Sonic?
You ever heard of werewolves, Sonic?
I'm fine.
It's a
I
werewolf.
just need to be careful who sees me like this.
Why?
Why?
Sonic! Sonic, look!
What is it?
He doesn't even have, like, the feral part of becoming a werewolf. It's just, he becomes bigger.
Mister?
I was gonna be like the Incredible Hulk.
Realize that, yeah, the planet just split to half.
Ice cream. How about some more of this super tasty stuff?
What good is ice cream at a
This
time
definitely seems like them trying to find their groove from what I experienced in Colors and Generations.
Oh god.
Sonic, your arm just stretched.
Just
But
like
yeah,
a
everyone
werewolf.
knows werewolves' arms can stretch.
But it could be useful.
We're gonna make like Vistar 3D, but we ran out of money, so we crowbarred into a Sonic game.
This is why Saberwolf was the Zoner character in Killer Instinct.
Oh yeah, stretchy arms there. He was the Dawson of KI.
I like how he said, I have to be careful who sees me like this, and then this.
Yeah,
I
like-
don't get why. Pilgrim?
What?
Oh, that's Knuckles. The Hubbles are so small, I don't even know why they bothered. Although, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining after the previous game. Not the previous game, you know what I mean.
Hold on, what was the... What the fuck?
I don't know, but Tails is gonna die.
Meanwhile, in Wind Waker,
Yeah, they look like a bunch that can be reasoned with.
Hell, if I'm gonna... I can't do any... Oh, I just...
Wow, Tails is a jobber in this game.
Seriously, no, that second level, what... Like, it was like, oh, we need to find somebody who might remember who you are. And then Sonic ran around really fast. And then...
I wouldn't think about it too hard.
It's just... But,
Yeah,
like, they designed the
there's no
story, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, this is where we should take the Sonic
God,
series.
the
I love
frame
that
rate.
stock. I love that stock ceramic break sound. Kind of like the jazzy music.
The combat music.
Sure.
Except there's no actual music. There's just combat. Also, apparently this file has 98 lives.
Oh right. Well, you know these Sonic games, they're so stingy with their lives.
I like his Werehog life counter, which is like just so slightly different.
Oh my god, I didn't realize this game had such heavy frame rate issues. That looks distractingly awful to play if you're like, you know, punching around and trying to figure out what's going on, and suddenly the game just tanks to shit.
Are there any reasons why people prefer the Wii version other than the lack of Hope Worlds? Because this seems to have a lot of performance issues, and this is a 360 version. I can't even imagine. I can imagine the PS3 version being even worse. Cause,
All I said is this paragraph. After having replayed both this year, I have to say I much prefer Unwished to Un-HD-ish. The latter may have better production value, but it's bogged down by unnecessary filler, like having to collect medals to unlock levels and visiting hub worlds.
Okay. Why is this the shortest video?
I don't know.
This game is
Very well.
mysterious. Fuck fighting that. I'm out of here.
Look at all those tutorial things.
I think we're back in the realm of this looks competent, but also like so unremarkable.
I'm not sure if I could say competent given the frame rate issues.
Well, yeah, I meant more game design.
Oh my god,
What
he
the
did a cartwheel.
Christ fucking hell?
Why is he collecting eggs?
Oh, I'm glad I had to mash B to open a door for no reason.
Well, this is God of War, right?
I'm gonna guess in the Wii version you had to like shake the controller.
Well,
Maybe-
yeah, but at the same time, if they made them simultaneously, I'm not sure they, like, you know, went out of their way to do a bunch of motion control shits.
I wouldn't have put it past them. The Wii was pushing that way too hard.
Yeah, but, like,
This
I'm
is
not
still
sure
just an
they
action
really
game.
did-
It's
they-
not.
they didn't really get, well, I mean, they didn't really get multi-platform games, but when they did, I don't think they really did that, except, I mean, they did do motion controls, but that's to fulfill their lack of buttons.
I kind of feel like
Yeah.
the storybook games were when they got that out of the system. I don't know. Okay, that music is like so goddamn abrupt, the way it starts and stops. I mean, there's plenty of games that do dynamic music like that, but
Yeah.
it just stops and then it
Yeah,
starts.
it doesn't.
There's no fade in.
Yeah, it's not like it increases or decreases in intensity. It's just stop.
Yeah.
It's like they've seen games before, but they don't really know how to actually...
I just realized how long this level is compared to the daytime. We've done 2 daytime levels.
I'm gonna say this game's a mess.
Oh
Like-
my god, look how slow moving around those poles are. Like, even though it's not the speed game, sure, but like, there's no reason to be that slow.
To be honest with you, like this segment, it's other than the frame rate issues, this looks like just the video game. Like this looks like I don't know. It looks like a movie license game. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
does. It actually,
Yeah.
yeah, it seriously does.
like a 5 out of 10 kind of game. You know, like not terrible, but Yeah, this is a game.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly. We unleashed or something.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Wow, I rule!
Oh, little extension of his arms.
Sonic the Werehog. God. Oh, is he going through, since he has 90 lives, is he doing a clear file that has all the upgrades? His
Probably, yeah.
character maxed out?
Pretty sure this isn't a new save, and I'm pretty sure the game doesn't start you with 99
What are you
lives.
doing out here?
Yeah.
Sonic.
But like there are these things at the end that say maxed, and like I think those are like things you upgrade during the game.
Yeah.
What happened?
You know me. Never a dull moment.
This is my new friend.
Thanks.
Don't take chocolate from strangers' tales.
That's some story. I'll bet that.
That's some bullshit, Sonic. The actual shit.
Breaking apart are somehow related.
I need to find Eggman and make him fix this. And fast.
This is the sort of thing where like this game looks
I think I know someone who might know.
like
something
a
about
good
what's
like
going on
6 out of 10, but after 06, it probably seemed like the best game ever.
here. I came to the city to gather some data. If we add that to
Well,
the
this is
data,
not.
we might
They
be able to
stopped
figure
going
out
down.
things.
It's amazing.
That's a continent over. An easy jog if the planet weren't broken.
No problem.
It's very nonplussed about the fact that
Oh, we have the Tornado 1 back? What the heck?
Leave it to you, Tails. Let's get moving.
I'm curious again if 06 was canon to this game. You know?
Well, it's hard to tell because 06 erased itself from the timeline
Oh yeah.
ending. So
But at least everyone still existed, you know?
yeah.
I mean, no, they don't give a shit about story. I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
Get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny, but we have no way to tell, basically. Unless they bring the characters back.
oh, it's suddenly daytime and he's back to normal.
Everyone knows that it's always sunny in the sky.
Well, it is if it's a Sega game.
I've got this one, Sonic. Tornado. Battle mode engage.
Oh, do we have flight combat?
Yeah, I never heard of this. Where's the arm that just grabs Sonic? I missed that.
They had that. Yeah, they had that in the previous one too. Like,
Oh, I never knew about this.
Same. Which is why I'm guessing it's probably really fucking mediocre.
oh, we don't even aim. We just hit the button prompts.
Oh my god, it's like typing
Oh.
of the dead, but worse.
One letter typing of the dead.
I mean, how many words can you write with A, B, X, Y?
Backseat.
ABBA.
Maybe.
And let's be honest, you said typing the dead, but worse. Like nothing's as good as typing in the dead.
I mean,
Come on.
yeah, that's
That bar's too high.
yeah, that's alright. I just love the fact that they brought back the Tornado 1 and then had it transform. Like this, so I have no idea what the fuck that like they reverted back for some reason.
I
It's
have a
like
feeling this may not have been in the Wii version. I don't know. This just seems kind of tacked on. This sounds like the filler. Unless the filler was just the medal thing. Pop in.
Oh,
Or maybe
Dibs
they
was
were friends,
apparently involved in the design.
well, that explains something. Why? Why is this game like this? Why did they just make like a boring movie license game but out of the Sonic franchise? Like, Sonic was a rival to Mario,
Well past that.
and now he's just making garbage. It's like, what do we do? Like, how about, you know, something that the fans want? No! Werehog! And you're hitting buttons on a plane, fuck you!
So there was a
mean-
PlayStation 2 version, the 2, and it's basically a Wii version, but without motion controls.
I forgot about that. There were a lot of Wii games that were ported to the PS2.
Oh god.
Like,
What about that?
you don't have the leveling up for the Sun and Moon stats with the Sun and Moon medals, and you have just a map and a menu rather than walking through the hub world.
God,
The medals are not needed to.
Sorry, you just made me realize that the series goes like Sonic Heroes, Sonic 06, and then you get another PS2 game. And if you want to play all of them on the PS2, we can go from Sonic Heroes to Sonic Unleashed.
Oh
What
no!
are we missing something here? They can't just be pressing these buttons, surely. Oh god, it is, isn't it, guys? So
we have a timer.
the daytime levels,
Oh.
like, look a little hectic, but they at least look like Sonic levels. I get it. So why do all this? Like, well, then again, I guess that's what colors is. It's like, oh, apparently people don't want all the padding shit. Apparently people just want a Sonic game in their Sonic game. Because Sonic Colors is basically those daytime levels. And none of this shit.
Sonic Unleashed wiki page at the top. It says the Werehog gameplay was conceived to help introduce newer gamers unfamiliar with the Sonic franchise to the series.
What?
That sounds
It's not
like
to play those levels.
that sounds like an exec was trying to justify why it was so shitty.
Yeah. That's some apologist crap right there.
They keep doing that. They're like, oh yeah, we made like Team Rose. That's for beginners. It's like, no.
I mean, it was just a difficulty level, you know?
Yeah, but it was the third team. It made no sense.
Yeah, you wouldn't naturally choose them first, would you? I forget if the game literally
And
tells
apparently,
you-
for some reason, the way Boost works is completely different between the HD and the Wii PS2.
How's that?
In the daytime stages, like it's like in this one, it's just the rings, right? And you spend rings to boost.
Okay.
Okay.
And the other one, you get boost meter by doing like combos of killing a bunch of people at once or something, or other flashy stuff, rather than picking up rings.
I think that's
It's a
how
very point-
Colors and Generations did it.
Yeah, it's a very pointless change.
Yeah, why did they even bother?
Okay, so nighttime levels in the Wii version are adjusted to allow greater use of the Wii remote, such that players control the arms of the Werehog using the Wii remote and nunchuck to grab onto shit.
What?
The Wii version of the game also expands on the ratio of nighttime levels to daytime, with more than 3 times as many nighttime levels.
And a whole pack of robots. They carried poor Professor Pickle off, lab data and all.
What is this?
Can't be.
That sure sounds like Eggman.
What a horrible thing to do. We've got to go help that professor guy out, and fast. If he got kidnapped that
How does Sega make money? Because this has got good production values, but it's also like utterly incompetent.
And if I was that hungry, I don't know how long I would last. I'd rather
Well,
be
they got
dead.
bought out by Sammy, so... Oh my god. They somehow swung too far away from realism.
I'm sure Eggman.
Yeah, I
don't
kind
know
of feel
how
like
they
the
did
ones
it.
I played have got the balance pretty decent. This, yeah,
Let's go and find the professor.
they didn't magically. I don't get what that ghost thing is.
It's wacky.
Yeah, but it's not like I don't think that's an anime or Western cartoon trope. Like, what was that? He died for a minute. So there's just kind of interesting world tour kind of thing with like not France here. And that's not France.
Apparently,
what
the
am I saying?
Japanese name is Sonic World Adventure, and
Okay.
this is the third installment of the Sonic Adventure series now.
I don't know if it's supposed to be France or Italy, honestly.
This feels so disconnected from every Sonic game before this.
Every Sonic game feels disconnected from every other Sonic game. But yeah, I get me in particular here. This does feel consistent with colors and generations, though. If like this is the first one where I think we finally reached the part of Sonic that is recognizably the Sonic they use today. If that makes sense, in terms of art style and everything. The only difference is they haven't got Roger Craig Smith as Sonic yet.
And that is a real shame. That we haven't reached that point yet.
Yeah.
Instead, we get this guy, but now he's growly. Oh, good! I love that we had to push a block in order to get to this stage.
Okay.
I guess it introduces block pushing, but
So this is the third Sonic game with the hub world?
depending on the platform, yes.
Right, yeah, of course. I'm just trying to decide, like, if they've ever used hub worlds effectively, despite the fact that
No.
No.
this is the third time they've done it. And I don't know if it seems any more pointless than the others, which is kind of saying something.
I mean, the part where you select the level is way more pointless. It feels way more pointless because it's just there. And, like, it's just this small-ass room.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they wanted to do combat in a Sonic game, like why do they have to make it like so just this on-off switch kind of deal? You know, like Sonic Heroes, you could go fast, and then you have like combat-y sections. You know, it didn't have to be.
But
I'm sure you could
people
make Sonic.
won't know how to play Sonic, so we give them the game that's not Sonic to fool them, and then they have to play
Oh, yeah.
Sonic too. That's how it works, right?
Oh, I don't get that.
They don't...
What are those eggs on the hood? I don't. Did I ever look something? Why has he got eggs on his hood?
Why you got eggs on your hood?
Is he like Yoshi? Is he gonna like lay them and throw them? Like, what's the deal?
They're dragon eggs. They're from Spyro.
I don't know shit about Spyro.
Shit.
They're that game's stars, Jiggies, Colt,
Yeah.
Shines.
That's just all I reminded of, I'm sorry.
Sure, why not?
Even when the Spyro remake came out, I'm like, I vaguely remember this game, and then like apparently it was like really big, and I just didn't know about it.
Yeah,
Like, that just passed me by. I didn't know anyone who played it.
I
Yeah.
played the first two. They're pretty good.
They're pretty good, but you may have not been the age where you're kind of out of that. They're basically the simple platformer, the Mario rival, so to speak.
Yeah, I was.
Even only without being, overt about it, and it was fine. It was good.
All I remember was the that demo they had in Crash 3.
Oh, yeah. I remember playing that too.
God, the music!
I know.
So ineptly done.
There's no transition.
And they, there's like this thing where they would have like a more low-key version if there's still enemies nearby or something, But no, they just stop it, and then it's like an inch away from another enemy, and it still cuts it. It's like, yeah, there's not going to be any action soon. A lot of games have done this dynamic music thing, but this is so. Well, I don't even know if I can call it dynamic music. It's just like an on-off thing.
It is the barest minimum of dynamism.
I'm just sitting here like, this is one of the stupidest things I've seen in like a really popular franchise. But at this point, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty standard Sonic fare at this point in time.
Yeah, like the glimpse of something that could be great, and then they just mar it through just utterly pointless and needless choices. I must say the daytime levels are like amazing. They look a little too chaotic for their own good, but at least it's Sonic. But then who asked for this? Oh yeah, the players who don't like Sonic. Because they what matter?
So we'll staple a different game to it, and that somehow will switching back and forth between the two games is still being good. That's a very wrong-headed concept.
This doesn't even look terrible. It just looks painfully mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's nothing about this that like you could sell to somebody. It's just like, oh, you get to have combat where you hit switches and then you platform very slowly.
It looks like a platform.
Yeah, there's no selling points here. It's just mediocrity at its finest.
Also, like
Selling point is you will no longer want to cut yourself while playing this game.
God, and the just the difference in length.
Yeah.
For the record, I'm reserving any opinions on the daytime segments until I actually like play it, because like looking at it, it honestly looks terrible. Like it just looks like it's just running through things and there's like no sense to it whatsoever. I'd have to actually play.
Well, I mean,
it
it's being played exceptionally well, though. Is the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd have to play it for myself because from the look of it, it looks just like nonsense.
I mean, I've heard nothing but good things.
I heard good things about the daytime gimmicks because it
But
was
then again,
in an
so
era
I
where,
don't-
it was in an era where Sonic 06 was like the latest game.
Well, yeah.
Like this is the time where people said like, "Oh, Colors is amazing. Sonic is back on track," and it's like, yeah, because it's so okay.
Oh, this is good.
I'd have to see it. It's just
Well, I actually bought that one.
But you got a point there. It's just like you would say it's amazing because it actually feels like Sonic, even if it's not really that great. It's not.
I think
heading in
Colors is
completely the
amazing,
wrong
I'm just-
direction. Like they mentioned that Dimps made a lot of the daytime levels in that article, and they also mentioned that the boost mechanic was taken from Sonic Rush, so
Yeah.
that may be a very good comparing
Oh,
point. Is
Jesus
Sonic
Christ.
Rush
yeah.
in this game? That's probably what those daytime levels feel like. Is like Sonic Rush.
I don't like. Yeah, and I've said before, I don't hate Rush, but it's not my thing at all. Like, if I want classic Sonic, that's not how I would go
I mean-
about it.
I hate Rush, but also because it's full of death pits, which this game doesn't appear to be. So
Yeah.
that does seem to be at least one improvement.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is bland. This isn't like Shadow or Silver boring, but yeah, it's just this is a video game.
It's boring in that sense of it's not stupid enough to wrap around.
Yeah.
Like, you think the game where Sonic turns into a fucking werehog would be stupider.
I wonder how the pacing of this would be different. You know, all those like stats maxed out.
Professor Pickle! Are you
Professor
okay?
Pickle.
We got here
Yeah, that legendary character we all know.
Professor? Hello?
How dare they call this culinary concoction food? Look here. Do you see this sorry excuse for a sandwich? The bread should be
Look
Wah,
how
wah,
British
wah.
I am.
an inch thick. Upon it, 1 tablespoon
I do.
of
That reminds me. I heard
of black
when it was released, Colors actually hired some like cartoon writers.
thinly, if you
Clearly they didn't do that here.
Yeah.
I know I learned something.
This is like some kid show writing. Like,
It's good to see you have
This is a bad kitchen. No, this is like the Japanese trying to get like Western humor, and it's just failing at it.
No, Professor.
I can't stop looking at Tails' ass, just trying to figure out like how they.
I'm not gonna crop that out of the video. Just use it out of context.
I chose
But
the
yeah,
words
that
carefully.
is that like his tales never actually make actual sense.
Yeah, it's like I'm like,
Yeah.
how do they animate it? Because it's like it literally doesn't work. So
Be sure to collect the contents of that vault before departing.
Yeah, I can't imagine like a bone joint where that would make sense.
You just have a rotary plate installed in your butt.
Ah, thank you. Those documents are our only hope for surviving this
Sweet.
crisis.
Documents.
Let's go. There's no time to lose.
Also, I just heard this kind of weird, loud noise in my right hand. That's his wings flapping.
Chocolate, Professor?
I was wondering what it is.
My, my.
It is
Don't
pretty
mind
damn
me.
loud.
Yeah.
These ancient documents are known as the Gaia.
So the running theme of this game is food is funny, right?
yeah, it seems to be
Some tens of thousands of
not even just that character.
Disaster.
Running theme is I'm hungry.
Gaia manuscripts. This isn't the first time.
This isn't the first time the planet broke. It does this every Wednesday.
The cause lies at the very core of
I like that tapestry.
all the phenomena we've witnessed are the direct result of one creature. The hyper-energy organism
Oh,
spawned
Dark
at the planet's core.
Gaia.
Dark Gaia.
Evil Earth.
Stop this, Dark Knight. Put the world back together.
Mother Earth is a
Dark
bitch.
Gaia has yet to be fully reborn. We most likely have Dr.
We have to
Eggman's
kill the
premature
Earth.
call to thank for that.
Before it kills us.
We may be able to restore
And his
the
henchman,
planet
G.
by returning power to the chaos.
He's his harbinger.
You must travel to each of the temples listed in the Gaia manuscripts. The planet's power will restore.
G is the herald of Dark Gaia.
The Chaos Emeralds will restore the planet and help it heal naturally.
Cause they're just chaos. They're magic MacGuffins that do whatever we want.
Yeah. Oh god, can you imagine if you try to like rationalize some continuity between the Chaos Emerald's power? You'd go mad. That guy's not talking to anyone.
Sonic's done a really good job of not letting anyone see him.
Yeah, I don't get why that
I
line
like
was.
how I like how everyone is nonplussed. It's just, you know, seeing Sonic even in on its own is kind of weird. You know, just where's
Yeah, but
Sonic?
not-
Whatevs.
So I'm not sure what that country's supposed to be. I mean, get that's Greece. That's pretty blatant. Guess we're getting into the padding section here.
It's very, very painstakingly explaining. You can position the sun where you want, and then it's daytime or nighttime.
You have the power of a god, Sonic. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with just Act 1, Act 2, but sure.
I don't think anything that this tutorial has explained could not be just like kind of assumed.
Yeah, right?
Just
Even
put a
for
button that
kids.
says X, change day or
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
You seriously can't hear that theme?
I don't recognize it now.
Fear not, my good villagers. If you all behave, I won't have to do anything nasty. All you need to do is tell me where the Temple of Gaia is.
We're not telling you anything.
Hey, isn't that character? I'm pretty sure that robot's like a named character.
Defy me, do you?
Well, maybe not yet.
What? Sonic!
Yo, Eggman! Thanks for that little skydiving adventure the other day.
Oh my god. I just want to who he reminds me of. He's fucking Scrappy Doo.
Oh my God, it is.
I see no reason to tell you. In any case, I'm busy. Farewell!
Hey, dirty. Come back!
Just ignore him. Is everyone here all right?
Just ignore the guy that summoned a dark god that destroyed the world.
What the fuck? What was that? I've heard a lot of like weird kind of verbalizations for generic dialogue in my time. I've never just heard
He angry.
Sure, I suppose you could call that anger. Annoyance.
Here we go!
Here we go! Go! Oh yeah, you can drift. From what I remember, Generations, like these are the sort of games where you kind of want to get the best grades. Like that's the real challenge. Because actually, just beating the levels, just kind of whatever. If that makes sense.
It's been kind of like that since Adventure 2, really.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of modern games, a lot of the time anyway.
Hmm.
And honestly, I don't know how hard the original Sonic games were, except with the exception of some bosses and like the fucking underwater hell land that is
Labyrinth Zone.
yeah, Labyrinth Zone.
I wouldn't call any of the original Sonic games hard, with the exception of Sonic 2's Step Egg Zone,
Yeah.
which is like kind of jarringly difficult in that original trilogy. But the lack of rings is just
Yeah.
and you've got to fight two bosses. Like, it's really harsh.
It's like a very early sign of, like, balancing, like, difficulty in Sonic is pretty difficult, considering,
You can always grab a ring whenever you get hit.
yeah.
I don't know if they make a new Sonic R, you know? Like how on-foot racing.
Yeah, like, that seems like,
They can make it into a good game, I'm sure. And people
I
like,
guess it would overlap too much with their successful Sonic Unleashed Racing, which has a bunch of other characters as well. So,
Sonic Unleashed Racing.
oh,
Sonic,
All Star or whatever.
yeah, I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
was gonna say, I kind of blanked out. I thought this sounds like a racing mode. Like what? But yeah, I don't see what would be the problem with that. You know, I mean, Sonic's always, well, not always, when allows like split-screen races. And why not just make it into a big game? Make it a bloody battle royale. The person in last place gets eliminated each lap. I don't know. I mean, it's, you know, I think that's how like games like F-Zero do it with their death races.
Beautiful.
And that's alright to play. I wouldn't like play this because of the rest of the bullshit, but Day 10 levels seemed fine. That was definitely more open than those Greek levels, which were just a corridor, it seemed.
I guess tutorial level.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know how they would play or not. If they would feel a little too on rails, or if they had things going, but can't really tell unless you get your hands on it.
I just want to sell my idea for like this 32-player battle royale kind of Sonic lap racer.
Behold, my new power.
Hey, if Tetris can do it, anything can. Well, I guess we'll see how bosses are handled. Fuck off.
Thanks, Scrappy.
Why is he even in this story? It's like, the first couple levels were about him, I think, I guess, even though they didn't really thematically tie that in at all. And now it's like, oh, we're gonna, like, save the world, and he's just like, well, I'm here.
Well, he has a forgotten memory, so you know that's going to come into play in third act or whatever.
I can't say if this is fun to play or not, but this is kind of crazy. Look at this. Look at the pacing of it. He's just knocking him around. This is kind of crazy. I like it.
When it's
It's
not,
like dog shit. But
yeah, when it's not dipping in frames, it actually looks kind of exhilarating.
Yeah.
I just love him bouncing along the track there. Like, oh!
Your manners?
Your manners are as bad as ever.
Ha! Same as ever. All bark and no bite.
Of course, I'm not sure how that boss would have looked without like a fully maxed out character. Maybe it would have gotten some attacks off or something.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I always do feel like watching these, the experience can differ greatly on the how good the player is, you know?
Ah,
Well, that looks like a good idea for a boss fight, at least.
let's check it out.
It's kind of like those running battles where
Yeah.
the idea is to not get hit and to pick up speed.
What is this place?
Mm. Wow, what a temple.
Hey, Sonic, there's something weird here, right in the middle.
Please deposit 1 emerald here.
Hey, what's this hole?
It's for sacrifices, Chip.
There could be some kind of...
Whoa!
This
His-
he has to.
His chest fur is going through his mouth there.
Yummy.
So the reason Chip's in this game is because Sonic has to sacrifice him in this scene to appease Gaia.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh? What's that?
It's a fucking hole, motherfucker.
Wahoo! The emerald.
Wahoo!
This was the Temple of Gaia. That's got to be why Eggman was so keen on taking the place over.
Okay. Oh, that was easy. Wow, this game will be finished before we know it.
The Earth is just a jigsaw.
Sega spent a lot of money on this Hanna-Barbera sound effect library.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything!
Why is he? Tails is right there. Just have Tails. If you need someone, if Sonic needs someone to speak to, just have Tails.
At this rate, you'll have the whole world back together in no time, Sonic.
Planet-sized jigsaw puzzle?
Wow.
Sounds like a great excuse to see the world.
Sonic!
Sonic.
What?
I like this game's use of those like fillers, voice lines, whatever you can call them.
Kind of weird since it's for characters we've heard being talking all the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a 360 DVD could fit all this dialogue on, but whatever.
I mean, sometimes it's just,
Well, yeah, it's just production, just get it done. Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Sonic Heroes. Any amount of not talking we can get away with is fine.
Okay, point made. Especially with the X actors.
God, yeah.
I like these fictional flags.
yeah, doing a fake world tour? This is the fake world tour, yeah. We have found fake world.
I just realized what this is. This is Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey freaking ripped off Sonic Unleashed, am I right? Like this globe-trotting thing with fictional nations. Even the themes are like kind of the same. Because Nintendo were like getting there. You know, like, hey, you ripped off Galaxy.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna rip this off and no one will notice because nobody liked that game.
I bet you anything, if we look down in the comments, there's just going to be a flood of people who are like, this was such an underrated classic.
No, I know that for a fact. I've told you what I've heard of this game already, so... But, you know, we reached the point where... there were kids playing these games and we were, like, adults when this came out, so... I mean, how old is this game? Like... When did it come out?
2008, I think.
Okay, so that's a good 12 years ago, so...
Christ.
At least we've hit the inflection point.
I thought that was a little car.
It's a little... Why are we losing? Ow, slicing up its back, jeez.
It's the trail of blood.
Okay, now we're just fucking Donkey Kong Country.
I was gonna say, yeah. That no over?
I think this is, trying to give praise when I can. Like, this is definitely the prettiest ice level they've done. Just how vast it is, you know? I know you can't actually go there, but...
It's not necessarily a bad-looking game.
Mm. They haven't quite mastered the art style yet, but they're getting there.
I think the characters have the right design, although their models look kind of cheap.
I think it's particularly true for the human characters.
Yeah, mostly the NPCs, I mean.
I'm so glad we put these slowdown things in our speed-focused gameplay that has been all speed all the time.
Well, I mean, they've had to do that for a while now, like Sonic Heroes did that a lot.
Well, yeah, but it was a lot. It wasn't, like, all speed all the time.
Yeah, true.
Whereas this is, like, just so speed-focused to a degree much more than any other Sonic game.
Yeah, they definitely went on the full-on rush
Advanced
with this.
too, I mean.
At least this level's a decent length as well, I didn't just beat it in like 30 seconds. Kind of find it weird, I just realised Generation didn't have an ice level. It was all cities.
Yes.
They're gonna, yeah, because this one's gonna go to fan voting. I kind of feel like they should have just cherry picked it because the level progression in that game was just a little weird.
Yeah. I don't want to get ahead of myself on that, because I do want to watch that.
Yeah. Shut up, I'll do what I want.
So, stupid question, and it's because I know no one gives a shit. What are we actually doing right now? Like, trying to find the temples?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, great. It's Amy.
I've been looking for you forever.
Hey.
So soft and fluffy and frame rate inducing.
If you think you can get away from Amy Rose and, who are you? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry.
Oh, it's you again, Shadow. I don't know, I keep making that mistake.
So strict.
The first time she's ever apologized for it.
Tim. Anyway, I'm really sorry. See you later.
Well, that was weird. How come that girl didn't know you were you, Sonic? I mean, I guess you
She's
are
not different.
kinda, you know. And, these guys.
Oh my god, I hate this code.
Oh, I mean, don't worry. Hey, you only look really scary, Sonic. Inside, you're the same as ever. I guarantee it, okay? Sonic, cheer up. Chocolate. Want some chocolate?
Shut up.
I love that. The chocolate, it's funny, right? Him looking at the camera breaking the fourth wall. Yeah. All the
What?
characters introduced in this game just never came back. You know, remember the professor is apparently a key part of this plot and I've never heard of.
Professor Pickle.
Professor Pig.
Sonic.
Sonic!
How can you forget this legendary design?
Oh.
Gonia.
Oh.
I guess we found the temple. Like,
I didn't pick up on that, but yeah, okay.
I'm not... It's like, I get it, it's Sonic, but, like, they don't integrate the story into the gameplay at fucking all.
Yeah. There's a cohesion that's lacking that was in the other games of, like, the adventure part, like, actually leading to different locations, whereas here it's just kind of, here's some random stages, and here's the plot, and they don't, never the twain shall mix. And that's,
Yeah.
like, it's the least of all possible complaints,
Oh, hey, I know this stage.
but it's just kind of, you know, it does stand out.
It's weird, it's like, in Sonic Adventure 1, like, a level would be like, why are we here? And at the end it's like, oh, we got a Chaos Emerald. I don't know how we knew it was here, but at least we got it. Here it's just like, hey, we ran around town, and now we found a temple, apparently?
If I'm not mistaken, I think Sonic Colors is the one that just... It's the first game in a long time that just puts levels back to back. If I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, we'll get to that, I know.
Well, I mean, ignoring Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yes, I'd like to ignore that whenever possible. Also, that level structure is so goddamn weird, I still don't think that counts.
It counts.
It wasn't a hub, but...
Yeah, the levels are back to back. It's just like the how you choose to go between the branching paths is
Well, that
How
was
you, and therefore how you finish the levels, period.
oh yeah. You've said it before. This is an interesting series, and my God, this is a thing that's happened.
So,
While we tuned it out, this was happening, and it's it's never the same thing twice.
that's true. It should be, but it's not.
Like, there was Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Adventure 2, and even though there's a lot of these purported Sonic Adventure 3s, those were the only two games that you felt like they were kind of in the same place, sort of.
I got out at a good time. Holy shit.
There's a lot of people, though, you know.
Well, I mean, there's a reason you got out it. Well,
Yeah, I mean, there is, because I didn't really like Heroes that much, but... I mean, compared to this shit, like... I do appreciate Heroes more. Like,
yeah.
they had some ideas.
I just realised I liked Heroes, but because they did Shadow, well, that's why I fell out the series, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people fell out of the series because it started sucking.
I think that was it. It was like Heroes I was just like not big on, and then when they announced Shadow, it's like, oh, they really don't know what they're doing anymore. It's like they're not actually going to go back towards the right direction. they've veered off, and they're just gonna keep veering.
Yeah. Instead of like refining what they did in Heroes, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
this is just something. Also, yeah, I just remember what I was gonna say. This is the only theme we get for Werehog.
Yeah, this music hasn't.
This loop is like 10 seconds long. It's the only like level theme we're gonna get for like 2/3 of the game.
I'm
All
not.
that good Sonic music.
Oh
Yeah. Legendary Sonic music. That Werehog jazz piece. Yeah.
I'm not even sure it's a short theme. It's just we only hear it for so long before it
Yeah,
cuts.
good point. Yeah. God, what does it remind me of? This is like if you. It's like
reminds me
music in like Dynamite. No, in like Dynamite Heady, you know, the Japanese version had dialogue, so you'd only hear a bit of the music in the Western version.
Oh,
it's
right.
like that. That's like a lot of the tunes are actually quite lengthy, but you don't hear them.
Right.
Like Mariyama's theme.
The way the dynamic music's used here, though, it reminds me of Bubsy 2. It just like you won't ever hear any section of the song for more than a couple of seconds before it just keeps cutting.
I don't remember much of that music because I can only play that game for a couple of seconds before I turn it off.
Yeah. It's funny, like, I'll defend Bubsy 1. It's like, but
This one's fine. Like it's one of the things that's got completely disproportionate over time. You know, like
yeah.
this isn't really a fair comparison because Bubsy isn't this bad, but it's like saying Shaq Fu's the worst fighting game ever. It's like there's plenty worse. Like it's bad, but there's worse. Like Jesus Christ, like Rise of the Robots makes Shaq Fu look like Third Strike. You know.
To quote a video that's probably aged pretty poorly, I can name 5 terrible fighting game or worst fighting games on the Sega Genesis alone that are worse than Shaq Fu. I mean, I actually can't, but I can at least, Rise of the Robots and Slaughter Sport.
Brutal Paws of Fury's like unplayable.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You can't tell what's going on. You know, a game's like kind of monotonous and boring when we start talking about like not even the same genre.
Yeah, the conversation. These nighttime levels are just a giant nothing.
I'll bring it back
Alright.
into platform movies though. Bubsy 1's fine. Like the idea of being like the worst thing ever. Like Bubsy 1's fine. Bubsy 2 on the other hand, like
No, Bubsy 2 is honestly
Yeah.
probably maybe even the worst in the series. It's like,
Yeah.
I think because I rewatched that one video again about like comparing all the different games. It's like
the Digital Foundry one.
yeah, and it's like I can kind of see the arguments for why 3D isn't as bad as people make it out to be, even if it isn't like
It does
great.
that thing where like the camera like kind of pans up whenever you make a jump so you can see where you're gonna go.
Yeah,
You know? Little things like that. And then take in mind it's super early, you know?
yeah.
Pre Mario 64.
Yeah, I think all he had
Pre
to work
Mario
off was like
64 platformer games are quite a trip all around. It's just very hard to remember there was 3D platformers before that because there were so few and they were so fucking weird.
Mhm. When we talk about how Sonic's kind of a weird series, Bubsy, I didn't realize how long it went on. That's kind of weird. And they're still making Bubsy games.
Oh yeah. I actually didn't hear a lot of good things about the.
I heard that generic as hell.
Yeah.
So are
You know
we're in the Castlevania clock tower right now.
Can I just say one more thing about Bubsy?
Go for it.
I feel like when I heard that they were making a new Bubsy game, like I thought that would be the absolute perfect license to make like a send up of old retro platformers, right? You know, like sort of a, you know, like kind of tongue in cheek, like kind of Duke Nukem-esque, how he's like, "I am the ultimate tough guy," things like that, but more ironic.
Right.
Like, I feel like if you got the Bubsy license, I would do. I'd try and make it like a good game, but have it kind of like meta. He's like, "Oh, I'm back" or something like that, or "I'm retired." Like Duke Nukem Forever, but not fucking atrocious and awful.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of feel like they wasted the license. Whereas if they had more sense, I would say, hey, we've got the Bubsy license. Let's actually try and do something interesting with this kind of infamous character, you know? But no, they just made the most bland and generic platform.
Trying was not part of their vocabulary.
No. It's just a shame, though, because I kind of feel like it's potential.
I feel like I'm trying to think. There was another game that was like that, where it's like we made another game in the series, but only because I think it was. I'm thinking of Shaq Fu 2, where it's like we made a sequel entirely because the game is infamous, not because we actually have like any ambitions to make something good.
Yeah, and they made one that was
Also
like
because we
actually
can get Shaq's name on it.
Yeah.
that game they made was actually like unironically way worse as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, the first game was bad, right? It's like, well, it's better than this. Jesus.
Seriously.
And then they just use the argument like, whoa, this was the idea, it was a joke.
We made a terrible game as a joke.
Has anyone ever like done that? Like intentionally made a game bad for like
Yes.
email?
There was some Japanese comedian who made an NES
Oh,
game that was
yeah,
intentionally terrible.
Takeshi,
Takeshi's Challenge or whatever, yeah.
okay, well, that answers that.
Some have tried to argue NES Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was that too.
No. There'd have to be like some logic behind it, and it's just like, well, this is an adaptation of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's not really anything to do with anything, you know. Does he really hate the novel? I don't know.
Fuck that novel! Oh, our uncanny camera was cleared.
Yeah,
Hooray.
I don't want to distract her from the more interesting conversation we're having, but that entire level looked like lock on to grab a ledge and then jump to do it again.
Also, what the fuck is happening now?
Whoa, is there some kind of party going on?
That guy's rotating Amy to death.
Right here.
Oh, now we're Fatal Frame.
Oh god, you're right. What the shit?
Wow, it's a carnival of creeps out there.
Yeah, Amy's not very good at spinning.
That's what you couldn't do in advanced ones. So.
Oh, count 0 of 4. Guys, you might be able to kill 4 of these things.
I am so goddamn sick of this tune.
It's kind of a weird choice for like a gameplay style that only takes place at night. where
What?
you're-
Why is he pounding his chest? He's not a gorilla.
What was I just
Oh,
doing?
sorry, I just realized you're just like, you're not Donkey Kong. What do you?
Yeah.
What do you pound their chest?
Hey,
Then again, they don't stretch their arms either.
Well, he moved really fast there for how.
Now,
Looks
So-
really weird there.
That
Looks like they just sort of
down
booped
around
the
here.
sprite,
Another
a still
one.
image around.
you know Sonic?
Well, of course. He was here just a moment ago.
Tell me what's happened to him. Please, tell me everything you know.
I'll happily explain everything over a plate of cucumber sandwiches.
Food!
That's how British I am. You have a bunch of cucumber sandwiches over there in Britain, right?
So as you say, so I was too busy eating this cucumber sandwich.
Okay.
Oh, cucumber sandwiches goes great with my tea.
Oh, great. We have to refill. We have 2 flashes, and we have to go to the professor to refill them.
Rude. Sorry, I just went package and laughed.
Okay, so the dark demon spirit thingies possess people to make them dance now?
Sure.
Is that
Gotta love his classic.
Why
theme.
did they add this mechanic to this game?
This is a game full of unnecessary mechanics.
It's a franchise full of unnecessary mechanics.
This game is just largely unnecessary.
I just remembered when this game was like revealed. I wasn't following Sonic, but I was still following game news, and I saw the trailer. It was like just the daytime levels, and the reaction was kind of like the one Sonic Mania eventually got, because it's like, oh, you're running around and it's fast, but then you get all this, and it's like, why? Wait till day.
You just stand there and wait till day like you're in Fallout.
Yeah, I was gonna say Skyrim, but yeah, anything with that Bethesda engine, I guess. This is clearly Australia. I love how close the flags are. Just so close, but not quite. Also the frame rate.
Yeah, the frame rate in general in this area.
I think it's that waterfall that's doing it, probably. I just feel how disproportionate she is from the table and chair.
Fucking rolled away. Damn it.
I think this is the last appearance of humans in the series. I think.
Yeah, Dr. Robotnik can never shut up again.
He's not human. He was there from the start. He's something else. I don't know what he is.
He's not human.
He's not human. No, he's Jim Carrey. He's not human. Also, this guy's called Wang.
He's Wang the Impeding. Make your impeding Wang jokes here, because honestly, I'm not sure how you make a joke out of this, and I would like to know. Tell me in the comments.
I was going to mention earlier that Shaq Fu 2 unironically did a low Wang joke. Which I
You really
found-
want to invoke, like, games are actually decent when your game's shit, you know? Like, Duke Nukem Forever did that. It was like, ugh, I hate Valve puzzles. And like, yeah, you really showed Half-Life. Damn, what a piece of shit, right? You're gonna really get them with your Epic Games exclusivity, Gearbox, you fucking idiots. Man, fuck Gearbox.
Yeah. So the combat in this game seems to be optional, possibly just for points.
Well, it's optional sometimes.
Gotta get them off your determined time switch.
And then there's a lot of locked doors. It's occasionally optional for no reason.
Why has it only got one theme? Like, Sonic games have such good music. This game has some pretty good tunes in. What? Why is, like, 2/3 of this game only have one piece of music? I don't get it. Why not a level theme?
What?
I kind of feel like Sonic Unleashed in a nutshell. Like, it would just be those opening notes. just over and over again.
It's funny, I see something like this and I can't decide whether that's a Wii motion controlled gimmick or just how Sonic games work, is that there's random doodads that propel you around.
It could be both. I can definitely see the Wiimote being used there.
But again, I don't know how primary the Wii port is, or if it was more multi-platform.
Yes, it could be one of those games where you could use a classic controller if you wanted.
Yeah, actually, Red, you could use a classic controller and GameCube controller.
Okay, so you would never use the motion controls. Oh. We had a lot of controller options.
It did.
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, in general, like, potentially. Like, the Wiimote Sideways and GameCube and classic controller. Remote and nunchuck. Just remote, you know?
I think the GameCube controller compatibility was dropped after a certain point. And it
Yeah.
just went to classic controller.
Depends on the game, I guess.
I mean,
I think later on the system stopped supporting it. At the same time, they stopped supporting backwards compatibility. Not like they like patched it and removed it, because obviously patching is the important concept at this point. But
I don't know about that.
I just remember that when they put the Wii U out, they just didn't even make a like they had a thing you had to buy, like a peripheral that supported GameCube controllers. They didn't actually integrate it into the system itself, which is indicative like they didn't really want to do it, but Smash Brothers happens. And
Yeah.
you kind of need GameCube controllers for it. So
I mean, with the Wii U, Wii U, you don't need GameCube controllers.
I mean, no, the Pro controller's fine, but there are people that just want the
Yeah.
GameCube, and the GameCube controller is really good for the game.
Yeah.
I just remember the Wii Mini was the thing. Okay. I always have to say we're officially in the point where like I don't recognize any of this from what I know of the game. Like I recognize the ice level and rooftop run and those opening Greek levels. I've never seen any of this shit.
Dark Gaia Phoenix.
Oh no, it's Dark Phoenix.
Have we seen Rooftop Run?
Apparently it was that Werehog level.
Yeah, wasn't it the first level or something, or no?
No, because the level that was called Rooftop Run was Werehog level, where he does the clock.
Oh my god, that ding dong.
What the?
What's the doorbell?
Oh man. So, remember how neat and kind of cool the speed boss fight was?
I know where you go with this.
This isn't my first rodeo.
Interesting instruments.
This nice Helmer Rock strategy of flying around and doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
I'm just laughing at the music. Like it's like a normal boss theme, and then there's like improv jazz going on over it.
Seriously, this reminds me so much of Helmer Rock. I was expecting it to run to the fucking wall.
What?
That's like something you put in as a joke.
It's like, this is a YouTube poop? Like, what the hell? Maybe it's like a Japanese thing. Like, maybe it's just like, oh, here's a bell sound. It's not commonly used for doors in Japan. I don't know.
I think they still have doorbells.
Sounds funny and weird.
I can't imagine not evolving doorbells given how technology works.
I just baffled by that. Like, someone put that in and thought that's a good choice for hitting the boss. Ding dong. Avon calling.
It feels like, you know how
Oh, he has a shield?
oh sure, yeah.
Oh, that's what the
All
eggs
three
are
of our
for.
eggs, yeah.
The
He's
fuck?
just never used this whole time. It's only now he's actually had to use his defense move. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this didn't look like a thing where enemies were threats, so...
Oh my god, it's the shield meter from Sonic the Fighters.
I was noticing that his life bar is Werehog works exactly like the mech levels in Sonic Adventure 2. Is you actually have a life bar and that goes up when you collect rings.
It's hilarious.
Strike 3, monster! That's enough out of you!
You don't belong in this world.
Baby.
Did he just punch the camera and far
Yeah,
enough
click.
for us to like see inside his hand?
Yes, you did.
alright?
Yes, thank you.
That music was so chaotic, it was hilarious. It's like improv jazz done by people on drugs. Like, what was that?
I like how with the Werehog, it doesn't ever, like, fit thematically, the music. It's just
No,
all jazz.
I didn't like.
The
from
night
what I
is the
game,
time for jazz.
I never knew Werehog's 2 pieces of music were like jazz.
It's not the worst jazzy music ever. If it
No, but
Uh,
it's
you know,
really like too improvisational. What did he grab onto? Chip? No.
he grabbed onto those things the Spider-Man grabs onto all the time.
The PS1 games, yeah.
The beast woke up. It appears he's come back to his senses.
I see. I'll bet your job is to guard the Chaos Emerald Temple. You must have gone berserk.
I like how Sonic seems to have stopped tolerating Chip.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Want some chocolate?
Fucking hell.
So long.
It did indeed want some chocolate.
Man, I can't believe there are only 2 Chaos Emeralds in this game. Anyway, that was fun. Game over.
There's still 3 hours of this video left?
I heard that. Oh my god.
Your dinner, Doctor.
Thank you.
More food.
Progress on the Dark Gaia-powered Eggman Land construction system.
Current
I've never seen comments about that. It's like the most realistic looking sandwich in a video game ever.
time-protected timetable.
Yeah.
Presumed
It's-
cause of delay.
I mean, it looks fine. I don't know if I go that
Yeah, it
far.
just-
It's not very ray traced, is it?
The trouble of waking that Dark Gaia thing up, and it causes me nothing but delay.
No, I'm
But
just...
shut up.
It's just there was a weird amount of detail on that one model for something that didn't need to be there at all.
Awakening, ergo, it was unable to sustain its own
Also, that robot he's talking to, it does become a named character, but it doesn't sound like this. Which is weird. It's like, oh, we've got this like prototype design for a named character.
About its weight issues. So what if I gave it a bit of a sudden awakening?
So I'm pretty sure the thing was in Sonic Boom.
Ergo, this is the repercussion of your hasty actions.
What was that?
So Eggman woke it up too early, so it split into a bunch of shit around the planet.
Great. Fucked up.
That, Doctor, is the result of the power of the Chaos Emeralds, which you discarded along with Sonic. Ergo, another repercussion of your hasty actions.
Quiet, you junkie!
That was
all
weird.
part of my plan, part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plans succeed without any challenge?
What?
Anyway,
Comedy.
what's the status of
Yeah, this I've definitely seen why they hired some Western writers for the following game.
Secured all locations.
I'm not saying the following games are like comedic gold, but they at least make sense. And they don't have these weird pauses, this kind of weird awkwardness and emphasis on food, and Hanna-Barbera sound effects.
Conventional wisdom banks for topical advice. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Slow and steady wins the race. Nobody likes a whiner.
Is Isn't there a more efficient way? Some way to, I don't know, gather them all up at once?
This is the sequel to 06.
Of course!
Course correction. Just pull right on the wheel as far as you can. Just keep spinning right. If it breaks off, that's okay. Just keep spinning it. Spagonia! Get some Spagonia!
I was trying to make him come up with like a metaphor for like the Sonic series as if it were a car. All I could think of is like that one joke in The World's End. It's just like, oh yeah, it's the same old thing aside from the fact that every single part has been replaced.
Important Amy conversations.
It's pretty hearts. Why were they musical notes?
I find it only very slightly odd that we haven't seen Knuckles yet, but we've seen Amy.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know who. I don't actually know which characters play in this game. I remember colors like cut back a lot from the characters. No, I'm good.
I kind of get Tails being here. He's been pretty helpful. I don't think Amy's done anything.
Amy's been adored.
Amy caused him to have his like confidence shaken about being a werehog.
The one time he actually exercised the whole "do not be seen" thing. Like at some point, eventually.
The one time this werehog was more than just a minor inconvenience. We're collecting shoes. What is this, Banjo-Kazooie?
We've done this before in Sonic.
True. But they're like shoes with shit underneath, you know, like... Oh. Nope. We're Mario now, motherfucker!
Oh yeah, I think you just do that innately in colors.
Wait, what the hell was that?
Huh?
Oh, was that something you're supposed to spin under? Because it looked like...
Yeah. No, it's like a low thing. You go into it by rolling.
That's been pretty
But once they
consistent
didn't
since
fuck
like
up.
Sonic Adventure 2 was like the rolling under stuff.
Yeah, it's just I didn't quite see it.
I just noticed like that's a thing they keep doing.
Here we go!
Oh, here
Go,
it is. This is what I'm
go.
familiar with.
Oh yeah. I guess that was just the werehog variant, but it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly recognize it by the music, which is not a thing that I would recognize from the werehog music.
Yeah, exactly.
Feeling good.
Jesus. This is a lot of like rote memorization, let's be honest.
I'm still only half sure that's actually what's going on.
Huh?
I don't know, a lot of this just looks like... If it looks like it's too crazy to be like something you can react to, then it's probably just on rails. I don't know. It's just very weird looking at this gameplay the way it's being played here.
It's not on rails, I know for a fact it's not. I mean, this is why they get nice ranks consistently.
Oh, this is the Smash music.
Was this? Oh.
It's in Smash?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
At the very least, I know it's in Generations.
also love at the beginning, he's like ready, and then he pauses, and then he says go. Like, you know, when they have like a bad dubbing where the intonation between two clips is entirely wrong. But
Oh, yeah.
Sonic always speaks in English, doesn't he?
No.
No, he doesn't. He speaks Japanese.
Okay,
In
so
fact, I
yeah.
recently heard that he's had from Sonic Adventure 1 to this very day, he's only ever had one Japanese voice.
Yeah, I believe that just by how Japanese voice actors work.
Yeah. I know, might as well mention it here. There's like, you probably already know this, but for the sake of the commentary, when Sonic appeared in Smash, you know, Snake had those codec calls. And he said, his Otacon says, oh, here's Sonic the Hedgehog, and Snake, like, inherently doesn't like him for some reason. And I was always a bit baffled by that. I was like, what is, like, Kojima, like, not like Sonic or something? Like, what's the deal? Yeah, I didn't realize, in Japan, Eggman and Big Boss have the same voice actor, so that's the joke. He doesn't like him because Snake is essentially a clone of Eggman, in a sense. But they didn't, like, translate it or recontextualize it, so it's just like, oh, because Snake just doesn't like Sonic.
These levels have a very dizzying sense of style and speed, and they look really cool. But it might be at the expense of gameplay.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, assuming this is like Generations, it's fine. I'm not saying Generations is like some masterpiece. I'm saying it's. I would say it's the best 3D Sonic game, but that's not saying much. Honestly. It is kind of. I guess it is kind of style over substance, but that's not the worst thing in the world.
After all this, we're kind of like, sure.
Yeah. Well, I like Generations. I actually like the modern Sonic more than the classic ones, because the classic ones actually, especially after playing Mania, just the physics and Generations are terrible for 2D Sonic. You know what? I'm watching this and I keep forgetting I'm not actually watching Generations, just because of the music.
Piece of cake.
I think I have to remind you which character that was.
Yeah,
Well, it might be Sonic the Werehog. Who knows?
Well, no, because that level actually looked kind of fun. Remember that one game when Sonic could control the orbit of the sun? I was hoping it's another daytime level. Well, they're still doing that whole find the upgrades things in the world.
Be right back. Yeah, okay, things are going good. My house. That's always good.
That's
I
good
love
to know.
that. Yeah, it's very nice.
When you said I gotta go, I thought it would be like more than 5 seconds.
Here we go!
That keeps happening. Okay.
I think go twice like when he activates that super.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it's the same exact clip.
Man, I can't believe they ripped off a level from Crash Bandicoot 3. Jesus. I don't think they've got the art style 100% yet, but the game looks nice and it looks pretty consistent with Sonic being Sonic, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick out like a sore thumb anymore.
No, so
And that's not just 06, I'm talking about Adventure as well. Because I always find that kind of jarring as well.
Sonic being Sonic unless he's the werehog.
Yeah.
I guess Adventure 1 was a little more grainy and realistic than 2.
It's because they use like, I said this ages ago, I think they use like photographs as like a reference for the textures. Everything just kind of looked realistic, strangely.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like, no, this is just straight cartoon. Okay, this is a rally game. Medium left. Hard right. Sega Rally Championship. I don't like this voice of Sonic, but he sounds a bit more like he's trying a bit more in this game. Maybe it's the direction, I don't know.
Maybe it's a direction, maybe it's just more
Him being more experienced. I don't know, it just seems to
style
be-
where it's talking about, you know.
I know the difference between an enthusiastic woo and a I don't really give a shit woo.
Yeah.
I like this though, this is cool. I'm starting to realize why there's like a fan project to basically use Generations to basically recreate this on the PC, but just the daytime levels, obviously.
Some actual like
Wait a minute.
platforming segments there, which is interesting.
Yeah, they definitely like evolve the levels as you go on. You know what I mean? You start off
I do think you seem a bit more.
realistic, and then later on they put stuff in it.
I don't think it'd be the gameplay style would be a bit more obvious if this person wasn't so damn good at it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If they got like hit occasionally,
failure
it goes
rate.
down.
Also, if he wasn't max level,
Yeah. He's got really bow legs there.
he just like right here. He never has to like not be in boost mode,
Yeah.
unless you know it would be just like boosting off a cliff.
I feel like in a games with like stats and this is like New Game Plus or whatever, like you gotta realize that might affect how the game's played, you know, and the overall experience. I mean, I suppose in an ideal world you get a video where it's being played from a new save, but you know, I think we're more concerned with just what's the tolerable length.
I want the Street Fighter 2 announcer to name all these countries. Spagonia!
I think that may have been like why this, despite the complaining about it that like being filler, this one is shorter, is because it's mentioned having to get medals, but like apparently this file already has the medals.
Yeah, I kind of figured that the other ones probably actually had to, you know.
I'm still not 100% sure which country this is supposed to be, unless it's just generic Western Europe. Because the big clock is kind of like the UK, but then like the accordion music is very French. But there are also parts that look a bit like Italy, so I guess it's
Yeah,
just
it seems to be a mismatch. Mishmash. Egg devil. Devil.
Can't tell if that was the level icon, if it was just like, like it looked like a placeholder.
It was just like a red thing that probably like sort of Eggman-y looking. Eggman isn't even personally piloting this one.
Yeah, what the hell, lazy bastard.
Reminds me a lot of the Sonic Heroes bosses.
Yeah, I can see that. Instead of them all just spamming the homing attack. Oh, okay, it's just turned into a bullet hell shooter.
Yeah.
I do feel like we'd be getting a different impression of this if the, I'm not saying better or worse, but a different impression if the stats weren't completely maxed out. Oh, I don't even know how much difference the stats makes, but this person's just kind of making a mockery of this.
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to boost for like an eternity.
Yeah. One last stock sound effect. God, that flapping. Why am I getting Breath of the Wild flashbacks from this? Do 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 do.
There's no ceremony to putting that one in. It's just, well,
Yeah, we've seen this shit.
yeah.
Good, there's not Australia and Russia, I guess.